The Rajneesh clan was a small community. They were a group of people who believed and urged for a world where everyone was united and did things out of love. They initially were in India before they moved to Oregon with the help of Sheila. Their whole stay and their background and foundation is a really complicated story and is one that we're going to cover for these few weeks to come. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. How's your day going? And if it's just starting, how was your night? Hope you had a beautiful night rest. In case you don't know this yet, I'm Praise, and you're tuned into Creepypasta with Praise. Before we get into our outline for today, I would really appreciate it if you could head over to my other socials, give them a follow, and subscribe it if you needed. But yeah, let's get into the video. The way I'm gonna cover the series will be in parts and individual point of views. So we're going to start with Ma'ana Sheila. Sheila was 16 years of age at the time when her father took her to visit Bhagwan in his apartment. Now, a little backstory. Bhagwan around this period had finished school, verse finding solid grounds on his so-called belief of his, and he was gradually getting a lot of committed followers and had like a lot of people visit him for spiritual guidance and shit. Her father believed that he had Saraswati. Actually, I'm going to just apologize because a lot of these things are like, I don't know if it's Indian words, but I'm going to pronounce a lot of them wrong, including their names. But this Saraswati was like the goddess of knowledge. So they claimed that he had the goddess of knowledge on his tongue. So on the day when she finally got to meet him in Bombay, India, she said she felt some sort of welcoming attraction towards him, and some wannabe love at first sight trash. Jane lived in Perth, Australia. She had gotten married to Roger in 1966 and had her first son Peter after 2 years. She went by the name Shanti B. Okay, so I didn't say this earlier on. Bhagwan had them like, how I say, if you're interested in joining the Rajneesh movement, you'd have to pick a spiritual name. So for Jane, Mashanti B was her spiritual name. Jane and Roger started having all sorts of issues in their marriage, and again, that was when like a neighbor of hers introduced her to a so-called psychiatrist. But if like it was actually like a follower of Bhagwan, like Bhagwan's followers branching out, I guess. shocker. So one thing that really takes me off is the way they fell in love with him so quickly. Like it just feels so bizarre. Like there's some other secret force that is like pushing all these people towards them. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but it's one of the reasons why they were also very loyal to him. We'll get into that later on.
They're all here. The iPhone 13 mini, iPhone 13, iPhone 13 Pro, and iPhone 13 Pro Max. So, 10 iPhone 13s to give away to you, starting right now. Rules are in the description. I'll remind Aaron. This is Mr. Who's the Boss.
So Jane said she saw background photos all over and she got attracted to him, because of his eyes. Said he was good looking, and yeah, I actually agree. Like from the few pictures I've seen of him, he doesn't look so bad, if I must say. When they arrived at this place, they were asked to participate in a sort of meditation. They called it the dynamic meditation, which is like a combination of Hinduism and psychotherapy. The stages involved were chaotic breathing. This when you use like arouse the serpent force called Kundalini. They were to just breathe excessively. And I didn't mean to mention this. Sorry, I forgot to mention this, but like before like they started this thing, they had to have their eyes blindfolded, I guess, to like allow them to concentrate on themselves and like shut off the external world and all that. So the first stage was chaotic breathing. They was used to arouse the serpent force called Kundalini. They were to just breathe excessively, and after that they had the second one, which was to explode. At this point they all had to just shout, sort of like letting out any aggression or any hate or feeling that is bothering them. Then after that is the who, according to Jane in the interview. She said here's when you just jump, let your hand free and share, and once you reach the ground you shout who. And the last one was just silence. Everyone would just go completely silent. And according to her, she said the process worked for her. It was some sort of release and escape, and I'm happy for her. Philip John Tolkien, wow, also known as Swami Premniran, was born in the United States in the late 40s after the war. He had gone off to study law, and prior to his partnership with Bhagwan, he worked in Manat's law firm as the second senior litigator. A friend of his had gone to India and had brought back some tapes of Osho. During this, Philip was already going through some sort of personal trauma. At that point, he was weak, he was gullible, and later became Bhagwan's personal trainer. We'll get into all this later on in the season, in the episode, in the series. Actually, I don't know what to call it. So, yes, Osho is Bhagwan. So, if you hear me saying Osho during this video, it's Bhagwan. One of the reasons why it was easy for Bhagwan to acquire a vast following was because of the way his believed looks. He preached love, unity, modernization. He would go to like small groups of people, usually those who seemed lost, and would try to recruit them. It's really sad. It's really sad. And this isn't the first time I'm hearing. Like I've watched different videos of, I don't know if I should call them cults, but it's almost like MLM. If you guys want me to cover MLM, I know a lot of videos are already covering shit like that. But if you would like me to cover it on my own channel, let me know in the description below. So he started publishing his own books, had about 20 to 30,000 people come see him for whatever guidance he was given. One day, Bhagwan blessed Sheila, saying she was in love with him and he with her. And that was sort of like a stepping stone for her to becoming his personal side. I don't know how I'll call her. In all of these gatherings, Bhagwan held he usually spoke on spiritualism, capitalism, and sexuality. And as they grew, he decided he wanted an international commune, and that's how he decided to move to Pune. You remember I had said Jane lived in Australia, so she had never personally met Bhagwan, but she had met people who had, and they always spoke so largely of him that she became impatient and too eager to go over to India and see him for herself. Philip John Tolkien. I did not mention this earlier, but Philip had gotten a divorce, and according to him, he didn't really see any meaning to his life. That's when he decided to resign his partnership from the firm, which during the documentary he made it seem like a big deal, and go to India. In case you don't know this, an ashram is a sort of hermitage, monastic community, or people of religion retreats. And I just read the description online, and I also didn't know what it was. um Rajneesh emphasized the importance of free thought, meditation, mindfulness, love, celebration, courage, creativity, and humor qualities that he viewed as being suppressed by adherence to static belief system, religious dogmas and traditions, and socializations. He usually held discourses daily. He taught on how he believed in a whole man. He had a weird belief on sex and how it could help channel their spirituality and shit like that. Okay, and like this his whole belief and take on sex was really, it was really like I don't know what I'm going to like. Okay, whenever you have a gathering of like people, surely there are going to be children and young folks around there, but like you would see people just everywhere. Like people could have sex anywhere because he believed it was like he believed the way the society looked at it was not the way it was to be looked at. He was just saying all sorts of trash. It was really triggering. So you see 5 year olds being exposed to all this kind of stuff because like it was literally something that was normal. Everyone was doing it and people were doing it literally anywhere they felt like it. So you see children doing it. It's just really disturbing. Even if I didn't have any issue with this, their whole cult, if I should say, I would really have an issue with, you know, the whole take on sexuality. So I actually just saw this article while doing my research and decided to read it. So okay, within the first 18 months, Bhagwan Ranjish began to sleep with Hog's girlfriend. I don't know who that is, and then sent him away to work on the farm in one of the hottest parts of India. Hogg says Rajneesh, who was in his early 40s at that time, had special darshans with female followers at 4 in the morning. I'm going to Google what this word means. Just give me a second. Darshans. Darshans. And I'm seeing people's name. Did I spell it wrong? Darshan, an opportunity to see an occasion of seeing a holy person or image of a deity. So does that mean like he was using this as like a cover up? He was using his so-called Darshans as a cover up to sleep with the female members. Like fuck. Okay, so I'm not going to spoil this yet. I want you guys to watch the complete videos. But fuck, if you watch the video when you find like I don't think it's going like if you are familiar with all these sort of cults and all this sort of movement, like define like what I'm going to like the truth behind all these things wouldn't be much of a surprise. See, but like I don't think anyone is buying this whole thing now. Like even if they were buying it, they're at this modern age. I don't think anybody's actually buying this whole thing. So obviously, even if you cannot exactly pinpoint it to a particular thing that is wrong with you, you know that there's something like fishy going on in the background. But fuck, when I tell you what Bagwan, like he deserves an award. He deserves an award. He's really a legend in his field. He knows what he was doing. Okay, so the people involved in this community usually describe themselves as sannyasis. In Hinduism, a religion aesthetic who has renounced the world by performing their own funerals and abandoning all claims to social and family standing. So even though I would not exactly say these particular people had their funerals, they felt different from the entire world and sort of like want to escape. So like Bagwan said give like stupid speech on how the Easterners are spiritual and I think the Westerners are modern, but his own people are going to be like the whole man. He kept making reference to it, and I think he kept referring to, is it Da Vinci? What is the name of that guy? The one, the complete, when you see a man in a circle, I'll post this picture, like it's a man with a circle with his hands, and I think he has like three legs or four legs. Oh, is it new? Oh my god. I would Google it when I'm editing the video and I'll show it to you guys. But he just kept making reference to that. I don't know why. He was just trying to print on how to be the complete man, be the perfect balance of spiritualism and modernization, which is total bullshit. But yeah, whatever floats his boat.
I am not special in any sense. I am not claiming that I am the Son of God. I am simply saying one thing, that I was asleep, now I am awake. You are asleep, and you can be awake also. I will go on trying to help people to be awake. The awakened man will be the new man. He will not be Christian, he will not be Hindu, he will not be Mohammedan. He will not be Indian, he will not be German, he will not be English. He will be simply an awakened being.
Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but Bhagwan was, he finished from the university with a degree in philosophy. And one thing, like, if you see someone, okay, just imagine this now. If a medical doctor is spreading out some sort of poison, and there's someone who is not so qualified spreading out some sort of vaccine, who would you go to? You go to the medical doctor, because if the medical doctor tells you like this is what he's doing, you believe him because like he has the fucking degree in it. So that seems like was helping back one's movement. He had a degree, so people felt like, okay, he has gone to school, he taught at a particular period of time. He has been a professor. He knows this course, and this is his take after his whole years and experience. So that means like he must really know what he's saying. John Joseph Sheffer, who had a business background, he lived in California. He had established a company called New Balance to facilitate the flow of goods to India, and this was around the time when Vietnam era was approaching. A group of people trying to put out this new age shit, and Shagwan was like so there was like how I put it, there, there are always people protesting to bring out like almost like the vegan t-shirts version of back then. So Bagwan was one of the people who was supporting this movement, supporting the movement of the new man. It was just always about the new man, the new man. Then, okay, the product. Okay, running a community like this is actually really expensive. So the question was, how was Osho managing it? Remember, I said he held conference like stuffs, occasionally where he sold meditating as a product. According to him, like that is having people pay to come meditate with him, which is not bad. It's really not bad, but that could only do so much. So Sheila comes up like with this bank system. Basically, like they had, how do I pronounce that shit again? Ashram. So like the place was literally a community. I think as of this time the population was up to 40K. So people are coming here, and they'll have this like when they were taking the belongings, the money, properties from these people, making it seem as they are keeping it in a bank, a share, and like to them they don't really know that their money is being used for the system, because like they need to, they're obviously the whole thing they're doing is costing them a lot, but like taking the money from all the members there without directly telling them that, okay, this money you're putting in this so-called bank of ours, we're actually putting it into this ashram. Like it's better if you like had told them and hear what they have to say. They can't handle it, then they should like fuck off, or like don't take it from them, because then it becomes theft. I don't know if you get Lagsmi Bhagwan secretary. Okay, I feel really sorry for this girl. She was in charge of almost everything. Osho had sent her to search for land so they could relocate. And usually in societies like this, like they preach equality. Like one that was one of their, should I say, mottos or shit. But it was like completely different in the Rajneesh community. At a particular time, they started accepting a particular group of people. Just people they felt were going to add quality and like just like they wanted specialists, they wanted doctors, they wanted teachers, they wanted people who like were just coming there just as I said, like you needed to have like something to offer into the community to show like they were really capitalizing on this stuff. And it was really bizarre, like, yeah, we are leaving the capitalist world to come here and you're just capitalizing within this new community. It's messed up, honestly. In one of sorry, sorry, my brain just froze. I honestly don't know how my brain just froze. Okay, so um Bagwan bag at some point, like it's just I see like fuck boy. Okay, so the community started growing. It was growing rapidly and they needed new land. They wanted to make it official. They wanted to have a real community before they start branching out. And to branch out, you have to have your base. So he sent this Lags Miko, his what secretary, private. I don't know. She was like his right hand person. Sent her out to go and search for sent out to go and search for new lands and literally told her not to return until she found one. Damn. Said don't come back until the mission was complete. So she self and yeah, in one of Bagwan's congress, there was like this. I don't. There's something they were calling it in the documentary. I can't remember. I wrote it down somewhere. I can't find it. But like there was a hint because people like most of the Indians didn't accept this is preaching. So a Hindu man guy went to the congress, I don't know, whatever, and literally threw a knife at him. Luckily, he survived. I don't know if it's luckily. Maybe he will have okay praise. I don't mean that. I don't even care about him. He's not affecting my life in literally any way. And this all happened years before I was even born. But sorry guys, my brain is literally freezing. I'm extremely tired. I'm not hungry. I'm just tired. So remember, Laxmi is still she's still searching for a land because she can't come home until I just quite got one thing that was really bad. Like most people who are coming here for an escape. People would quit their jobs, run away from family, do all sorts of shit just because they wanted. Oh my god, this is really it's actually vexing me now the more I think about it. But like then again, those people are everyone that was involved in this was stupid. But I must say the only person that was extremely smart here was Bagwan, the guy who would have been the perfect definition of a mafia. Oh gosh, please concentrate. So he asked, like he called Laxmi's assistant, which was Sheila. I remember I've mentioned that earlier on. So he called Sheila and like asked for her personal opinion on Laxmi and their search of Nan. Sheila being the sly, she said she didn't okay, maybe she was just giving an honest opinion though. She said she didn't think Laxmi was right. She said she didn't think Laxmi was right for this sort of thing. Then she spoke on how um she wanted them to move to America. She thought America was the perfect place for them to relocate because America was about equality between man and women, between people of color, which I honestly don't agree with. I don't give a shit about what you have to say. And how America, she was just basically talking about the quote unquote American dream. And that's how Sheila got promoted. He just literally kicked lags me out as she didn't. And I'm sure the girl is still out there searching for land to come and meet her. But what do they even call this guy? Was he like a god to them? What was he? Damn. This one is like a little throwback. In 1968, Sheila had schooled at Montclair State College, or State College in New Jersey, which was where she met her husband, Mark, who later changed his name to Chinmaya. He had Hodgkin's disease and later died. It was around this period that she experienced the American dream and that made her so confident that America was the right place for her. Pune Ashra 1918. Just around the time when he took the vow of silence. So yes, people have traveled all over the world to come and meet this guy, and out of the blue he just takes a vow of silence and secludes himself from everyone and just had Sheila communicate his words to them. If it's me, I would really go there and make sure that I hit you. One night, Sheila told her team about their plan to move to America and told them they should keep it a secret because if they start spreading it, it wasn't going to happen. Slowly, the process began, and once everything was set, it was time to move. So the day when they were planning on leaving, Jane, remember I've mentioned Jane. Jane itself came. I think someone called her. I don't really know. And she came out, and that's when she saw Bagwan entering a Rolls Royce, a fucking Rolls Royce, driving out of the pyramids. And according to her, this was the first time they had ever seen Bagwan leave. Like he's always been in the ashram 247. So like the whole community started freaking out. Bagwan wasn't there, Sheila wasn't there, and I'm sure they took most of like the leaders and people there. They just left them. They just left the whole community for over 7 years. People have traveled all over the world to come and meet you, and you just abandoned them. You didn't give a speech. You didn't tell anyone you were leaving. Like if that alone should be extremely fishy after something like that happens. But the worst part was like after this happened, a lot of them went to go and look for Bagwan because they just but at this point I don't blame them. They have become fools and left everything they know just to go and meet this guy. The guy's running away. Obviously, you're going to like follow him. It's like it's more. It's like what do you call it? Like I don't know if she's an abusive relationship. You kick off all your friends, sometimes family, forget everything else because you think you're in love with this particular person. Then the person starts treating you like shit, but you don't want to leave because if you do, you don't go anywhere else to go. You have rejected friends and everyone for this guy. So yeah, it's just messed up. Um, in Sheila's interview for the documentary, Sheila said like, okay, she was narrating on how, okay, didn't say it. When they moved away from the ashram in India, they moved to Oregon, to Antelope. But we'll get into that in the next episode. We're just going to the next episode. I'm going to upload probably next week or ending of this week. God help me, because this is actually the longest I've ever put into a video. Apart from the time when I was just postponing, but I'm not postponing. It's just demanding a lot. Gathering as of the time when I'm recording, I don't have all the complete clips on me because Netflix wants to be a bitch. But guys, so in Sheila's interview, she was like, their move to Oregon was like some sort of soap opera that even though all of them always like end badly, it's always grand. Like do you get, because like the whole Ranjish community stuff ended badly, obviously, but it was like it made headlines, and like we're still talking about it years after. So obviously, it was a big decision. She was like, they should think of themselves lucky as the opera came their way. Oh my god. Oh my god. She was, yeah. Anyways, guys. I'm ticking. I don't know. I'm skipping. My brain is not functioning well. I need a break from this. I need to drink something. I'm dehydrated. This guy is going to be my first longest video, and hopefully it's going to be one of the best video upload. Thank you guys for 500 subscribers, but probably by the time I'm arranging it, maybe we'll have either increased or decreased because that's just how life is fucked up. But thank you guys for 500 subscribers. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen next. Let me know what you think the main conflict was. Let me know what you think like caused the whole fall of the Ranjish community, and if you think any Ranjish believers are still somewhere out there, let me know in Instagram. Let's just keep it active, please. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and it's not okay. Yes, I my last video I said I wanted to like always end my channel with a little story time. So let's have our story time session. Why did I enter YouTube? Why did I start uploading videos on YouTube? So let me see. Yeah, my first few videos were just I was actually just uploading to YouTube because I felt like it. Like you upload to social media because you feel like it. Although other people have different reasons, but at the time when I was uploaded, I started doing this stick animation, and like it was really funny. It was trash though, but it was fun. I think I still have two of the videos up on the site. So I was like, I was just uploading because like, okay, I did this, I like it, so let me just like show it off to people. And as at that time, I got quite a few views. Then after which I write. What I do personally, I'm a programmer. I write. I'm very good at writing, and once in a while I draw. But I'm not drawing is not something I would list as my qualities. But writing, programming, and by writing I mean literally writing anything. I write plays, I write stories, I write poems, I write songs, I write literally anything. But don't quote me wrong on writing songs. Writing songs, I can't make the beat. I can't make my rhythm. Give me the rhythm, give me the beat, and I'll give you a song. But yeah, I started writing. I was working on this story actually for 35, and I love the story very much actually. I want to start writing it again, but I don't want to start until after I've gotten to um 1,000 subscribers, because it gets very discouraging when you're writing and people are not reading. Although that period when I was writing it, I actually got quite, like, if you go back, I got quite a reasonable amount of views. Nobody likes commenting on my videos. I don't know why, but it wasn't so bad. It was okay, but it wasn't the motivation I needed. So I stopped uploading for a few period of time before. I was like, hey, I've always been interested in creepypasta and shit, but I didn't think like people actually uploaded that for content. I mean, I'm the kind of person, I wouldn't do something I'm not interested in. Like if I want to become a content creator, I only create content on something I love, something I know I can continue doing. But I wouldn't just create the content unless I know like people are going to see it. Do you get? So it's not like, I don't quote me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm uploading on YouTube just for the money. I'm also not saying that I am not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love it. I have interest in it, but also because I can get paid while doing something I love. Just like the way I see programming. I love programming. I'm still in the university. I love programming though. I design sites currently. If you need me to design the website for you, I would show you how you can contact me in the description below. But yeah, I design sites normally, and so I'm not just doing it as a job. Even after I finish school and I get a job, hopefully in a very good place, I wouldn't just be working there because I need money. I'm literally doing what I'd like. If you see me, if you can ask anyone that really knows me well, and you want to like, what do I do for my free time? Most times, what I do for my free time is like programming. That's my free time, programming. I just love the idea of just writing code and creating shit out of things that people see as rubbish. It's fun. That's the way I see like this stuff I'm doing. I get to script my, although now I'll say I'm not extremely comfortable writing because I haven't really found what method works. Even back then when I was uploading my stories, at some point I would either like do the voiceover or use narrators to do the voiceover. Plus, considering the fact I don't have enough equipment to do all those stuff. So I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. And recording this video now and currently I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, they just realized like I remember back then when I used to think like an hour was a very long time. An hour is very short. It's really very short. I've just been talking now and we've already gone over half an hour. So like time is really running. But like this whole period is running. My half birthday was a few days ago. It was on the 23rd of September. Yes, my birthday is March 23rd. My half birthday was 23rd September. So what did I do that day? Let me see. What did I do on the 23rd of September? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. But I think that 23rd of September was when I found out about yeah, no, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. But it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. Hopefully, guys, if by the end of this, okay, this month's ending, so if by the end of October, oh my god, guys, Halloween is approaching. And Halloween is supposed to be like the best holiday on this channel after my birthday, Halloween, then my half birthday, and all other celebrations fall behind. But guys, if you can get if you can get this channel to a reasonable amount, like if you can go far away from 500 subscribers, I'm not like we mustn't reach 1,000, but if you can be very close to 1,000, oh my god, I am planning something. I don't know what it is yet, but if we reach that amount, hopefully you guys actually let me know. I don't know from now. Let me know in the comments what content do you want to see. Tell me what you guys want to see. I want our video on October to be amazing. Prior to the October, I'll help you guys get ready for Halloween. I'll have like a little get ready for Halloween. Not vlog per se, because like I told you guys, I'm not going to be showing my face on this channel until we get 1,000. And by that time, 1,000, I want to get like a little bit, like, not 1,000 on the dot. I need to start getting paid by YouTube so I can get a camera. I don't have a camera now, honestly. I don't have a camera, I don't have a mic. So I don't want to like show my face with bad quality. So by the time I'm showing my face on YouTube, I want you guys to see, quality video, quality content. We want the best content on this channel, guys. So when we finally do get to 1,000, like once we get paid, yeah, it mustn't be like the very first payment I'll get from the video, this channel. I'm going to use to get a camera so we can start like seeing me, but I doubt we're going to do that within this 1 month. Is it up to a month? I doubt we'll be able to do that then. But if we can, I'm not saying it's impossible. If we can, guys, I want to have like I've been planning since. I was hoping that by the time like we are approaching October, I'll have gone far in the channel, but unfortunately we haven't. Though by the time that comes, we're going to have like today we're going to do different things. We're going to do different things. Honestly, I'm working on it. We're going to do different things. We're going to prepare for Halloween together, and hopefully the COVID wouldn't make you guys have like regret Halloween this year. Halloween can only keep getting better and better and better. So yeah, guys, I've been ranting a lot. Most of you probably didn't watch this far, but if you watch this far, please just give me a shout and the comments below. Or just comment anything. Give me content, whatever video you want to see on this channel. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm starting to see because I'm not like content creators did, although I've never read that number, but let's give it a try. I'll be picking a comment every single time and posting it on the screen. And first, like anytime I can, if I pick your comments 5 different times, I'll be keeping track of it. If I get to show your comment on screen 5 times, we'll do a giveaway to that specific person. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.